Hello, hello, testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Is it streaming? I mean, to be sure, I need to wait a few seconds, a few minutes possibly. Oh, here it comes. Let's see. Wait a few seconds. Oh, so it's working. All right, well, I'm streaming with no notes really. Well, I did make a couple points, but they're pretty insufficient notes. So, I've been on Facebook lately. Basically, what happened is there was the earthquakes and lava in Hawaii, and I started getting on Facebook. And what a nightmare! But yeah, I could go into some of the things that I've discussed on there that are kind of like, what the fuck? People are crazy. But anyway, what I want to say is that for 25 years, I have been very interested in seeing both sides of the argument. In fact, all 5 or 6 or 8 sides or 9 sides of the argument. And but certainly, the value of conservatism, things I liked about certain conservatives, trying to find people in conservative politics that I appreciate, as well as the part of that I appreciate of people that overall I don't really like. Like the good side of Newt Gingrich or whatever. Which I know that sounds impossible, but for example, when people were making fun of him for he mentioned in a congressional hearing, maybe we should get laptops for the homeless. It's like cell phones for the homeless, phones for the homeless. It makes sense. It's like the ability to get a job without a street address, so that you can get on your feet. Things like this. And I would look for those kinds of things. I read, The Conservative Mind, great book on the origins of conservatism, which, it's the subtitle is From Burke to Eliot, where, conservatism is actually, it's a progressive philosophy, based in the 19th century. It's just, you don't destroy or disrespect the queen, but you do move beyond to get past the monarchy into a mercantile society, a meritocracy, progressive ideas that I would agree are progressive. And to me, there's also the natural language meaning of liberal and conservative, and it's like, hey, it depends on the context. Sometimes you should be conservative in the portions you dole out, sometimes liberal. And all of that is for naught because over this 30 years or 25 years that I've been doing that, they just gotten more and more calling names. We liberals, we're cucks. Social justice is just a wannabe idea. And, I'm pro crime. And, I'm a communist. I want to make the USSR system here in the United States. And just on and on. These ridiculous accusations that I'm a kind of a Nazi because feminism makes sense to me when there's women, can't drive in certain countries and stuff. Just no no acknowledgement. I mean, I found individuals that definitely, uh, were conservative and wanted to do the same kind of thing. Hey, let's find the overlap. Let's find the middle ground. Maybe we can agree that we should build a particular park or we should do this or that. Let's discover that it's a democratic republic. It's a land of law and order where the people make the laws, and ultimately, and maybe we can fit our minds together to find out what we both want to do, and that'll be good enough. We can work on the things that I want to do and you don't, or you want to do and I don't. We can work on those on our own. There's other people that'll work with us. And then we come together and we just see like we can mesh on items 1, 3, and 8. and everybody else can mesh on 7, 1, 3, 8, and 12. And, we just, however that works out, we have to engage and make it work out like that. And it just hasn't worked out because the conservatives have continued to be more and more disingenuous, right? Like, for example, and I was calling a relative out on this, it's like, remember, we're for legal immigration. We're for legal immigration. Totally for it. It's like, well, are you for chain migration? No, I'm not for chain migration. It's like, well, chain migration is just a dirty name that you invented for legal immigration. It's legal. Well, I don't know all the details of immigration law. It's like, look, if you're against legal immigration, you think it needs to be, redone. This is a democratic republic. You're supposed to just say that. You're supposed to just say, I want to reform legal immigration. There's a lot of problems with legal immigration. Just say it like a grown-up, like a brave, brave grown-up. Or with the Kavanaugh thing. Again, relatives is like, well, we think Kavanaugh has been mistreated and stuff. We gotta get those both on there. There we go. Okay, well, here's the reasons I'm against him. It's like he's totally pro-corporate. Of course, all the Republican judges would be that way. He doesn't think the president should be investigated ever. Okay, not for that. And he's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. But hey, you're for Roe v. Wade, so you think he's going to, is that the thing? Well, I think presidents should be able to be investigated. Well, I don't know about Roe v. Wade. Well, I'm not saying he'll, but we know you are open. It's not a secret. You are against Roe v. Wade. Well, I don't know he's going to overturn that. It's just like maximum disingenuousness. Like, if I was pro Kavanaugh because I was anti Roe v. Wade and I was willing to overlook the other stuff I disagreed with, I would just say, look, well, I'll take my chances on the president should be above the law part because this is really important to me, this baby murdering thing. So I would just say it, right? Because I say things all the time, and it's another similar thing, but reversed. You have to be clever and quick on your feet mentally to get how this is a thing. But, if you are, if you have these secret opinions, right, that you can't tell other people, that's contrary to the purpose of democracy in the first place. Democracy, the reason we have the free speech is so you can say, right, and theoretically, like, white nationalism, obviously I find that totally undesirable. I like a mixed culture, a cosmopolitan culture. That's what I like. But I get why some people might not want that. So just say if that's what you want. And maybe we could work it out. Maybe you can have some island somewhere with, Richard Spencer and all the other assholes. You could live together and be all white together. Woo, for you. And I think like I obviously think about it. But you could do that. Just admit what you want. And the only thing that you couldn't admit is that you want violence, and that's a serious thing. Make sure that you honestly don't want secretly violence, because that's not going to work out. Because at that point, no matter who else doesn't want violence, they're going to get drawn and forced into it, right? Because everybody will protect themselves when faced with violence, and everybody is capable of violence. Every group on Earth and even peaceful people. Everybody is capable of that if pushed to it. So we want to avoid that. Not because we're afraid of it, not afraid of it. I see the historical inevitability of it happening at certain points in time. Let's just not make any of those points in times come from the future. How about it? And let them be in the past. But no, well, you can force the hand, you know. And that's the thing, too, about why I had said we should consider separating the country into 5 different nations. If we split the United States into 2 nations, each of, you know, like 150 plus million, we're still sizable nations in the world, right? So we're on a sizable scale. Plus, I think it's obvious that if we did that, we would have a lot of trade between each other, and we'd be like a European Union. You know, an American Union would still exist. Even if there was no union, there'd be trade agreements, and people could probably go across without driver's licenses for a while, at least. And, you know, I would rather the nation all stay together. But I don't want it to come to violence, right? And we have such serious differences. It's hard to imagine how they won't go to violence, because it's like I'm already putting up with things I find abhorrent in my nation, and I still love my nation, and I want to work on changing what it does, right? The problem is that, you know, you guys also want to change these things, and yet you're already getting your way. We're torturing. We have secret torture prisons and open torture prisons, and we have, you know, torture by the Geneva Convention's definition. And we have a spy state where we're spying and recording every single person's phone calls and emails and stuff. And I'm not for that. I have nothing to hide. I'm not actually afraid because it isn't the case. It's just that I don't want that kind of society. I would rather accept some risks in our society and not have that. And I think by doing that, there's other risks and dangers we avoid. But be that as it may, where's the compromise between I don't want to torture my enemies and prisoners, and you do? We're going to torture them half as much. That's you getting your way. That's not, I want to torture them. Like, not at all. And the compromise is not at all. We don't, you know, where's the compromise in things like that? There really isn't much. And I mean, I don't see how this isn't coming to violence. And I think that's terrible. It should not come to violence. I mean, if we need to divorce, then we should just divorce. And if you're in the North and you're conservative and you're like, but then I'll have to leave the country because I'll never have another, you know, Trump as president. Well, just move to Texas. It's not so bad. Just move. Maybe we could give you the money to move or something. I don't know. Let's work something out, because we don't want to have a civil war. The Civil War in the United States was way back when, and still half of the people lost in war by the United States were in the Civil War. 600,000 people. It's a lot of fucking people. We got a lot more people now. If we had another one, it'd be even worse. We don't want that. The numbers can't work out well for that. It'd be a lot better if we just had a constitutional convention and divorced like civil people and tried to be as decent a neighbor as we could be to each other. Is that impossible? No, some divorced couples manage it. Is it the common thing? No, but still, doing that would be better than just waiting till it gets to the point that this civil unrest breaks out and there's a war going on from all the crazy, most psychotic people in the society, the first to blow their lid, and we have to sort that shit out. Because the thing is about the conservatives is that I just can't give them the benefit of the doubt anymore, because not because I don't want to, Not because I think they're all terrible people or anything like that. It's just because the whole thing of conservatism has just gotten so disingenuous. You know, it's like, well, this is a crazy thing and it's just a political accusation. Well, and if he did do it, he was just a kid. And if he was just a kid, then this is the, if it wasn't that, then it was, it's like, we're going to defend it's teamsmanship. We're just having teamsmanship. Whose team are you? I'm on this team. I'm going to protect. Oh, that excuse didn't work. Well, then the next. Oh, that one. There's no, like, what is the line of we've got 300 million people and only 9 of them are in the Supreme Court? Find the best one you can. Find one that doesn't make us sick to our stomachs. Fuck you if you're sick to your stomach. No, it's like, find one, because it is a democratic republic. And if we have to live with people totally abhorrent to us, that's going to be a problem. It's not going to go away. The will of the people said it. Yeah, a minority of people voted a president because that's how our system works, and that's fine. It doesn't mean we have to like when you use that fact to appoint someone we hate. No, that's going to create trouble in a democratic republic. It is. It goes both ways, the other way too, and so we're not dealing with the other way, we're dealing with you doing it. Right? And it's like the Republicans are just disingenuous. They don't want to engage, and I've been trying, and I know because it's gotten less and less, and even receded from in the family of people I know pretty well, where you can't really get a straight answer. It's, it's like, oh, elected leaders shouldn't say things like kick them in the head when they're down. And it's like, well, what about these guys? What about Ted Nugent? Well, he's just an entertainer. Okay, well, Trump just said, whoa, I see it differently. Okay, you see it differently from me. But try to remember how I'm going to see it, because just because you see it differently and are denied, well, it doesn't matter. I think it matters. I will continue to think it matters. This is information for you, because whether you get your president or I get my president, which has never happened, I'm still thinking this thing. I told you, I'm consistent. I don't change my ideas just because, oh, I see how the wind is blowing. I will change my idea and I will like that guy now. Oh, I'm sorry, I liked that guy. I was mistaken before. No, that's not going to happen. You don't do that. I wouldn't want you to do it. I would disrespect you if you did buckle in that way just because, oh, I see what the people want. I will get in tune. I will be in touch. I don't want you to do that. I'm not going to do that. So if you drink my cup of liberal tears and rejoice in it, I will take that into account, right? We have this weird thing in society right now where it used to be if you said, your mother wears combat boots, those were fighting words. It was time to fight. You got to fight. Like you're in prison and somebody bumped into you without apologizing or something. So it's like fighting time. Nobody will have respect if you don't fight now. Fight, fight, fight. But it's turned into this thing of, well, he's just trying to make you mad, Jeff. He's trying to make you mad. Don't fall for that. Don't get mad. I've never felt that way. Here's the way I feel. It's like, wait, you're trying to make me mad. Well, you don't have to try very hard. Just tell me that. Tell me you are trying to make me mad. And I'll be mad. If I could see that you're saying something like some guy in a video game says, you're a fag. Oh, I see. I don't care that you call me a fag, because whatever wouldn't be bad if I was a fag. However, I can see you are telling me, I want to make you mad. Congratulations. I'm mad. I'm mad at you. That's all it takes. Just tell me you want me to be mad, because the thing is, I like to be a nice guy. And so normally I don't want to just vent at any old person. I will try to not be mad as much as I can. But if I know that you're just trying to make me mad, well, It's not a lot of thinking required, is there? Okay, I'm mad. Drink my tears, right? You've made a bet, you've made a wager that you're going to like me when I'm mad. I don't think so. I'm willing to take that wager. I'm willing to take that wager and see if I can make you regret making me mad on purpose. I think that's a perfectly fair fight. I'm willing to fight, and if I can't make you realize it was a bad thing, I'll just keep trying. How long? Forever, till after I die. I'll leave notes and things that you can find after I die. I'm gonna make stretch it out as long as possible. I will never give up trying to make you regret thinking that you like me better angry. Because see, the thing is, when I'm not angry, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to read fucking The Conservative Mind from Burke to Eliot by Russell Kirk just so I can understand you morons. Right? And I'm not thinking you're a moron until I realize you're disingenuous and a lying piece of shit. And you're either fascist or a fascist enabler. Yeah, and that gets a little disappointing. And now you want to make me mad on purpose and drink my liberal tears because I'm a cuck? Well, okay. Well, let's see if you like me when I'm really, really mad and have no sympathy for you. Right? If when if when the tides turn and there's some period of time that won't last forever, it won't be 1,000-year Reich, but when we have 2, 4, 6, 8 years of you not in power, yeah, no sympathy. There's no need for sympathy. There's no need to take your feelings into account. If you can be entirely politically marginalized because all you really wanted was to make me mad. Okay, well, it worked. It worked. Congratulations. I'm really, really mad. Yay for you.